Feeling like money is always tight? Imagine transforming your financial life in just 6 months. This isn't just motivation, it's a clear plan. In this video, you'll discover 6 specific actionable steps designed for midlife, where every decision impacts your future. You don't need a complete overhaul. Just 6 simple steps, practiced consistently, can shift you from feeling stuck and uncertain to financially confident and in control. Ready to see what your future could look like? Let's begin. Month 1. Track your daily cash flow. Achieving financial mastery begins not with a dramatic windfall or a complex investment strategy, but with a simple foundational habit: understanding where your money goes. Many people drift through life believing they control their finances, yet they cannot explain why their bank account dwindles before the end of the month. This lack of awareness is the primary obstacle to building wealth. The most transformative first step you can take on any financial journey, therefore, is to diligently track your daily cash flow. The process itself is straightforward. Whether you use a free mobile app, a simple spreadsheet, or a classic notebook, the tool is less important than the commitment to consistency. By dedicating just a few minutes each day to log every dollar earned and every cent spent, you illuminate the hidden patterns of your financial life. This practice quickly reveals an uncomfortable truth. Small, seemingly insignificant expenses are often the biggest drains on your budget. That daily cafe latte, the occasional takeout meal, or forgotten monthly subscriptions accumulate into a substantial sum, silently sabotaging your goals. Armed with this data, your decision-making evolves from being emotionally driven to being strategically informed. You can't manage what you don't measure, and tracking provides the critical metrics for change. This newfound clarity is the bedrock upon which all future financial success is built. Tracking is not merely about cutting expenses, it's about creating a realistic roadmap. Once you know precisely how much surplus you have, you move from vague hopes of saving to executing a concrete plan. This knowledge empowers you to confidently build an emergency fund, devise an aggressive debt repayment strategy, and allocate funds for investment with purpose. Furthermore, it paves the way for a crucial advanced tactic: financial automation. With a clear understanding of your income and expenditures, you can set up automatic transfers to savings and investment accounts without the fear of overdrafts, putting your wealth building on autopilot. Ultimately, sustainable financial transformation is a marathon, not a sprint. It is forged through the disciplined repetition of small, positive habits, not grand, infrequent gestures. Tracking your spending is a powerful act of taking back control and fostering a conscious relationship with your money. It forces you to confront reality, prioritize what truly matters, and align your spending with your long-term aspirations. This single habit is the catalyst that shifts you from being a passive spectator of your financial life to its active architect. It's the unglamorous but essential work that makes all other goals, from debt freedom to early retirement, not just possible, but probable.
Month 2. Eliminate 3 non-essential expenses. After tracking your cash flow throughout the first month, you may be surprised to discover just how much of your monthly budget is quietly eaten up by seemingly harmless small expenses. It might be a forgotten subscription service, an underused membership card, or frequent takeout meals that feel convenient but add up quickly. This is your moment to act. It's time to eliminate 3 non-essential expenses. The goal for this second month isn't to strip away all enjoyment or live in deprivation. It's about making smarter, more intentional choices. Expenses that no longer bring value or simply don't align with your current lifestyle should be reconsidered. This is a practical step toward effective expense management and a fast way to free up cash for more meaningful financial goals. Start by reviewing your recurring charges, where many people unknowingly leak money. Think about streaming platforms you rarely use, paid apps downloaded during a one-time promotion, or even gym memberships you visit a few times a year. Cutting just a few of these can easily save you between $50 and $200 per month without making your life feel any less enjoyable. Next, consider how often you eat out. Dining out is a convenience that can quickly become a costly habit. You don't need to give it up entirely, but reducing the frequency and cooking more meals at home can make a big difference. It not only saves money, but often improves your health as well, a double win that matters even more in midlife. Third, take a closer look at habit shopping, those spur-of-the-moment purchases made out of emotion or routine, things you bought just in case or because it was on sale but barely use. Learning to say no to these doesn't reduce joy. It builds a more conscious, intentional financial life, one where spending is aligned with your values, not your impulses. Here's the key. You don't have to earn more to have more. Sometimes simply spending less, wisely, is enough to create real change. The money you save from cutting just 3 unnecessary expenses can go directly into your emergency fund, giving you a stronger financial cushion, or be invested to grow your long-term wealth. More importantly, this conscious review of your spending helps build a psychological shift. You begin to feel in control of your money instead of feeling like it controls you. That mindset shift is foundational for what comes next, whether it's automating your finances, setting clear financial goals, or gradually working your way toward financial freedom. Sustainable financial change doesn't begin with big, dramatic moves. It starts with small, well-timed decisions. Month 2 is your invitation to pause, reassess, and make intentional choices about where your money is really going. If you take action now, by the end of this month, you'll likely be surprised by how much money is left over and how empowered you feel knowing you're finally in control of your financial game. This isn't just about saving, it's a clear sign that you've taken charge of your financial game.
Month 3. Build an emergency fund. Having mastered the art of tracking your cash flow, the focus now shifts from control to fortification. The progress you've made is valuable, but it remains fragile without a defensive strategy. This brings us to the third crucial step in your financial transformation, building an emergency fund. This is not merely a savings goal. It is the essential financial bedrock that shields your long-term ambitions from life's inherent unpredictability. Without this safety net, a single unexpected event, a medical bill, a car repair, or a sudden job loss can instantly derail your momentum and plunge you back into debt. The immediate goal is $1,000. This amount is deliberately modest, designed to be achievable within a month or two, yet substantial enough to cover most minor crises without resorting to credit. The strategy is simple yet effective. Open a separate, high-yield savings account, ideally one that isn't linked to your daily checking account. This out-of-sight, out-of-mind approach reduces the temptation to dip into it for non-emergencies. The key is automation. Schedule automatic transfers from each paycheck into this fund. This transforms saving from a conscious chore into a seamless background habit, ensuring consistent progress. A critical rule governs this fund. It is exclusively for true emergencies. These are unexpected, unavoidable events that disrupt your ability to live or work, not planned expenses like vacations, holiday shopping, or home upgrades. Think of it as a self-managed insurance policy, one with no premiums or deductibles, offering immediate access when you need it most. This disciplined approach is especially vital in midlife, when the potential for unforeseen family or health-related costs increases. This fund is your first line of defense against instability. Ultimately, the impact of an emergency fund extends beyond finances. It's profoundly psychological. It replaces financial anxiety with a quiet confidence, shifting your mindset from one of fear to one of empowered long-term focus. This mental fortitude is the launching pad for pursuing more ambitious goals like aggressive investing and accelerated debt repayment. You can finally make bold moves because you know you have a cushion to fall back on. An emergency fund is more than just money in an account. It is peace of mind, solidified. It is the silent guardian of your financial future, the non-negotiable bedrock upon which true, lasting wealth is built.
Month 4. Automate your finances. After months of manual discipline, tracking every dollar, cutting expenses, and building an initial emergency fund, you have successfully laid the groundwork for financial stability. Now it is time to transition from conscious effort to systemic efficiency. This pivotal moment is not just about saving time. It is about installing a permanent operating system for your wealth. The master key to this system is financial automation. a strategy that shifts your progress from being dependent on daily willpower to being driven by default. The most significant barrier to long-term financial success isn't a lack of knowledge, it's a lack of consistency. Human nature is prone to procrastination, distraction, and emotional decision-making. Relying solely on discipline is like trying to fill a bucket with a leaky hose. Progress is made, but much is lost along the way. Automation solves this fundamental problem by removing your fallible human element from routine financial transactions. It establishes an impartial framework where your money is allocated toward your goals before you have a chance to second-guess the decision, ensuring your best intentions are executed flawlessly, month after month. The mechanics of automation are deceptively simple, yet profoundly effective. The process begins with instructing your money where to go the moment it arrives. First, you pay yourself first by setting up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings or emergency fund immediately after each paycheck. Next, you protect your financial health by scheduling auto payments for all recurring bills, from utilities to insurance, eliminating the risk of late fees and credit score damage. Concurrently, you fuel your future by establishing recurring contributions to investment accounts and automated extra payments toward high-interest debts like credit cards or personal loans. Each transaction, running silently in the background, builds a powerful momentum toward financial freedom. The immediate effect of implementing this system is a profound sense of calm and control. The mental burden of remembering due dates, manually transferring funds, and fighting the temptation to spend is lifted. Automation acts as a defensive shield, safeguarding you from costly mistakes and reducing financial anxiety. This newfound mental clarity allows you to redirect your focus toward more significant life pursuits, your career, family, and well-being, knowing that your financial foundation is being managed reliably. Beyond this defensive posture, automation is the engine for offensive wealth creation. This is particularly transformative when applied to investing. Many people are intimidated by the perceived complexity of the market, but automation democratizes wealth building. By setting up regular automatic contributions to low-cost index funds or retirement accounts like a 401k, you engage in dollar-cost averaging without even thinking about it. You buy more shares when prices are low and fewer when they are high, smoothing out market volatility over time. This consistent, unemotional approach allows the power of compound interest to work its magic, turning small, regular investments into substantial wealth over the long term. Ultimately, automating your finances is the bridge from effortful management to effortless progress. It transforms money from a source of stress into a predictable, reliable tool. You are no longer just working for your money. You are building a system that ensures your money works harder for your future than you do in the present. This is the breakthrough that solidifies good habits, accelerates your goals, and paves a resilient path toward true financial autonomy. Month 5. Start small, consistent investing. For many people, investing still feels distant, maybe even intimidating. They believe it's something only the wealthy do, or that it's reserved for people with excess cash and deep market knowledge. But the truth is, smart investing today doesn't require a large sum or expert-level understanding. You can absolutely start small, consistently, every month, and that's the focus of month 5 in your financial transformation journey. What matters isn't how much you invest, it's whether you start. Even $5,100 a month is enough to begin building a simple, steady investment portfolio with long-term growth potential. And when you stick with it, compound interest starts to do its magic, turning small contributions into meaningful wealth over 5, 10, or 20 years. More importantly, consistent investing shifts your relationship with money. You're no longer just holding money to spend it later. You're using money to build your future. This mindset shift is especially powerful in midlife when time becomes more valuable and every financial decision carries more long-term weight. Choose investment tools that are accessible and reliable. index funds, retirement accounts like Roth IRAs or 401ks, or beginner-friendly robo-investing apps. Prioritize options that are stable, low cost, and don't require daily market monitoring. Then plug this process into the automated financial system you set up last month, so your investments happen without the need for constant effort or decision-making. The first benefit of consistent investing isn't about how much you earn right away. It's about how empowered you feel knowing you're actively building financial freedom. Instead of reacting to the present, you're creating your future. Instead of relying solely on a paycheck, you're developing an additional stream of wealth that could support you in retirement, during a job transition, or simply when you want more time for what matters most. Investing is also the natural next step after stabilizing the basics, managing expenses, building your emergency fund, and automating your finances. With that foundation in place, you can now invest strategically and safely, rather than emotionally or impulsively chasing trends. Another advantage of starting now is that you can set clear, measurable long-term goals. You'll be able to plan. If I invest X every month, how soon can I buy a home, retire early, or fund my child's education? That clarity gives you motivation and shields you from short-term market noise. Here's the key. You don't need to know everything about investing to get started. You just need to start with what's manageable, stay consistent, and build confidence as you go. Over time, you'll learn more, gain clarity, and make bigger decisions with greater ease. Don't let fear or delay steal another 5 or 10 years from you. Time is your greatest asset in investing, and you already have it today. If you've made it to month 5 in this journey, this is the time to open a simple investment account and set up an automatic monthly transfer. That one decision could become one of the most important financial steps of your life.
Month 6. Set financial goals. After mastering the fundamentals of financial management, tracking expenses, building an emergency fund, and automating investments, the next evolution is to give your money a mission. Simply managing money prevents financial chaos, but directing it with clear, long-term goals is what builds true wealth and freedom. Without a destination, you are merely drifting. With one, every financial decision becomes a deliberate step toward the life you envision. The 1-3-5-year framework is a powerful tool for creating this direction. Start with 1-year goals, which serve as your immediate objectives. These are tangible, short-term wins designed to build momentum and reinforce discipline. Think of targets like eliminating high-interest credit card debt, fully funding your emergency savings with a specific dollar amount, or consistently investing $100 per month. Achieving these milestones provides the psychological boost needed to stay motivated. Next, broaden your horizon to 3-year goals. These midterm ambitions bridge the gap between daily habits and major life changes. This is where you might plan for a down payment on a car, accumulate a significant sum for a child's education fund, or save towards a sabbatical or career change. These goals shift your mindset from month-to-month survival to strategic, long-term planning, laying the groundwork for substantial financial stability. Finally, define your 5-year goals, which are tied to your ultimate vision of financial independence. These are the transformative objectives, such as aggressively boosting your retirement accounts, purchasing an investment property, or building a portfolio that generates enough passive income to reduce your reliance on a primary salary. While 5 years may seem distant, consistent, focused action can create a remarkable turning point in your financial journey. For goals to be effective, they must be specific, measurable, and written down. I want to save more is a wish. I will save $10,000 in 12 months by automating a monthly transfer of $834 is a plan. Integrate these plans directly with the systems you've already built. Link your savings targets to automated bank transfers and your investment goals to your brokerage accounts. This transforms abstract ambitions into concrete automated actions. Ultimately, goal setting is an act of self-discipline and prioritization. When you know you're saving for a house, it becomes easier to decline impulsive purchases that don't align with that vision. Your goals become a filter for your decisions, clarifying what truly matters. Money ceases to be a source of stress, and instead becomes your most powerful tool, a resource to be strategically deployed to construct the secure, fulfilling, and free future you deserve. You've completed the 6-month transformation, mastering everything from tracking expenses to investing with purpose. This journey has reshaped not just your habits, but your mindset. Remember, financial freedom is built on these small, consistent actions. Your foundation is now strong, empowering you to grow your wealth and live confidently. If this video helped you, please like, subscribe for more insights, and share it with someone who needs it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.